Hey folks, we're supposed to have 2 to 3 inches of snow today, so we thought we'd share with you what it's like up here in the woods with some of the things that we do on a day like this. We're going to feed the birds, go get some wood for the wood burning stove, kick back and relax, and we thought we'd give you a snowy day tour of what it's like to have a tiny cabin up in the woods. Come take a walk with us and enjoy the day. I hope you enjoyed as much as we do because we love it here. Come on along. Hey folks, so we finished up with the chores, fed the birds, got in some wood, still nice and snowy today. So I thought I'd give you a little tour of some of the little projects that I plan on working on over the next couple of weeks. We have quite a few things that we need to do here. So I'm also going to start up the tractors. It's been about 2 weeks since we've run them. We've had some pretty cold weather, so I want to make sure that they're running and all charged up and ready to go. We're anticipating a couple more cold days as well, so I want to make sure that they get charged up so we don't have any problem if we need to start them in the cold. We'll take a little ride down the driveway and show you some of the projects I plan on working on. We're going to want to start pulling some of the old dead trees out of the woods. Right here on your left, you'll see that there's a large one that's died in the woods. We're going to want to put a strap around it, yank it out of the woods, and take it to a burn pile. We want to do this quite a bit throughout the woods. There's a lot of dead wood. These woods have never been maintained in many, many years. So we're going to want to maintain them, clean up some of the underbrush, get rid of any dead wood. We're very concerned about, making sure that the woods are cleaned up so there's less chance of wildfires. So that's some of the plans this coming summer, prior to we getting all the leaves on the trees. Here's a pile of wood that was left over when they cut in the driveway. We're going to want to pull that out of there. Over here on the left is a stump that was left behind when they cleared the roadway going up to the house from the street. I'm going to want to try to pull that out of there. I mow up and down both sides of the driveway, and I want to make sure that we can get this out of here so I don't have to keep mowing around it. I have to be very careful because the water line is right next to this tree, so I can't go digging it too much and dig up the water line. There's another one down here a little further as well. So I'm going to have to be very careful how I take care of those. I'm going to have to probably top them, dig them up a little bit, maybe cut them down with an old chainsaw to get them leveled out. Here on the left, you'll see some Virginia pine Christmas trees that we planted several years ago. Actually, I think they're running on their second year now. When we got them, they were 10 to 12 inches tall. They're now close to 3 foot tall. I've not topped them as of yet. That's one of the things I'll do this spring. We'll top them so that they'll start to bush out. But we also want to remove every other one so that they have enough room to be able to grow and get tall. We're probably never going to harvest them, but we'll want to let them fill out completely. What I'd like to do is take a few of them and plant them in other parts of the property. Here you can see that there's a ditch, a natural drainage ditch that we put in through here to drain out the water. What I want to do is put a small culvert pipe in there, probably 12 to 16 inch, and create a roadway that's going to take me over into the woods. That way we can have access to the woods on all sides and be able to continue to do the maintenance that we talked about. The property has two culverts that go over the brook, or the brook actually goes through two culverts. There's the one on our side of the driveway that we drive up on a regular basis, and there's another one on the other side. Going through this opening that I create will take me around to that other culvert as well. This way, if we ever have a problem with one culvert, we can always get on the other one and be able to access the property. You can see a lot of scrub on the left-hand side. Most of this is blackberry brambles, small trees, but I want to cut all those down. We'll take the steel weed whacker with the cutting edge on it and take a lot of that down. Hope to do that this spring again before it all turns green. This is our brook, stream, creek. So this brook goes all the way down to the end of our property on the south side, and it also goes to the north side as well. It's pretty clear on this side. There's a couple trees over in there I need to take out that have fallen down across the brook. These little pine trees were 3 foot tall when we first bought the property 5 years ago. They've grown quite a bit. When we first bought the property, we thought we were going to build on this side, but we found out later that there's too much rock in and around this area. So, and I'm glad we did. We ended up going almost 800 feet up into the woods to build the house, and I'm glad that that's what we did ultimately, instead of building it down closer. But we had cleaned this all out when we first bought the property. So we're coming up now to the second culvert. Now the view to the south, this goes off over through the rest of the property over to the end. And then the view north, you can see that there's a lot of dead trees that have fallen into the brook. Right in front of you here, right next to the culvert, is a little natural dam that's occurred from a large tree and a bunch of branches that have fallen down and created this little backup in the brook. We're going to want to clean that all out. See the big log there? We need to remove that as well. So we're going to have to get in there and drag that out. I'll probably wait until the water goes down in the later summer. It's very pretty over here on this side. There's a series of stepped waterfalls that go down through to the end of the property. It's very, very pretty. It sounds great. I'll take you to the other side and show you what that looks like. But this area here is where I said before we want to be able to get access up through to the other driveway where I said I was going to add that other pipe and create the other opening. This would allow us to be able to access the property up on that side if we ever had a problem with the first culvert.
As you can see, this is the barn. I know you've seen that several times. That was a pole barn that we've had for 2 years. We just built 2 years ago. There's our little 500 square foot cabin here in the woods. Over here's the chicken coop. Our intention is to be able to add the outdoor run up to the left-hand side of it over here. We plan on doing that sometime this summer as well. We'll finish up the steps on the right-hand side. We have to get the railing set up on there. As you can see, there's a doorway from the right-hand side where you can go in and access the coop. We have the laying boxes right here in the front. And there's another caged-in area here on the side. Our intention is that we're going to do a 10 by 15 caged in area right here next to the bird feeder area. So that's going to be planned this coming year. We have some leftover wood from when we cleared the property when we built the barn 2 years ago that we have to get out of here. I'll be yanking that out as well. See, there's another tree that we need to take down, get that out. Our bird feeder area. If you saw our video a week or so ago, this is the area that we cleared out when I stopped up the wood chipper pretty bad, but it looks real good. We're going to be doing that more of the woods, as we said before, to try to keep it cleared out, make it safe for any possible type of wildfires that occur. You know what happened in Australia was such a mess. But this is the shed. Right now we have our bunny in here, and we have pretty much storage for furniture. That's all we're using it for at this time. At one point we had a ramp right here, and we'd stored the small John Deere tractor up in here before we had the barn. So we're ultimately going to get this all fixed up as well. Over here is the garden area that we'll be working on in the summer. We're going to fence this all in. We've got all the 6x6s to be able to do the fence posts. Here's the raspberries we planted. Here's the garlic we've planted. So I just wanted to give you a quick tour of the outside today and show you around a little bit. We'll show you the inside on another day, but that's where we are here up in the woods. Hope you enjoyed it. Stop in and see us, and we'll talk to you soon.